right. Today we are diving into something pretty cool.
Okay.
We're talking about sustainable building.
Right.
And there's a company that's using aluminum framing in a way that's really revolutionary.
Mm.
You know, when you hear aluminum, you probably think of aluminum foil or
Yeah.
cans. But imagine like entire homes built with it.
Wow.
It's not as crazy as it sounds. And we're going to find out why, thanks to this article that you sent me.
Okay.
Called Revolutionizing Sustainable Modular Construction.
It is fascinating how M.H.S. Building Systems
Yeah.
is challenging the norms of construction with this approach.
Yeah.
They're tapping into the unique properties of aluminum to tackle some big issues in the industry.
Yeah. One of the things that I was surprised to learn about was how many advantages there are to using aluminum.
Right.
And this article dives into all sorts of benefits.
Yeah.
Starting with the fact that it's stronger than wood, but lighter than steel.
Exactly. And that has huge implications.
Yeah.
Think about it, like easier transport,
Yeah.
faster assembly,
Yeah.
potentially even lower foundation costs because, the overall weight of the structure is reduced.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, we see these images after hurricanes or earthquakes.
Right.
Homes just completely destroyed.
Right.
And this article mentions that MHS has been putting their aluminum framing through all sorts of testing to see how it holds up against those kinds of disasters.
It's simulated earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, you name it. The results are impressive. Unlike wood, aluminum doesn't rot, warp, or burn.
Oh, wow.
And because it's lighter, it can actually perform better under extreme stress.
Oh,
It's pretty reassuring to know that your home is built with a material that can withstand those forces.
that's a good point. And one question that popped into my mind when I first read about this was about the sustainability of it all.
Yeah.
Aluminum production, it can be pretty energy intensive.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that fit into the whole eco-conscious building movement?
That's a great question, and it's addressed in the article.
Okay.
The key here is recyclability.
Okay.
Aluminum can be recycled over and over again without losing its structural integrity.
Wow.
So not only are you getting a durable material, but you're also avoiding the deforestation that comes with traditional wood framing.
Right.
Plus, MHS incorporates those structural insulated panels, or SIPs, into their designs, which further enhance insulation and energy efficiency.
So lower energy bills and a smaller environmental footprint.
Exactly.
That's a win-win.
Win-win.
And while we're on the topic of benefits,
Yeah.
what about maintenance?
I
can't imagine having to deal with things like termites
Yeah.
or rot with aluminum.
You're absolutely right. Durability and low maintenance are major selling points here.
What?
Aluminum is naturally resistant to corrosion, and MHS takes it a step further by using anodized or powder-coated finishes for added protection.
Wow.
Termites, mold, water damage, those are far less of a concern with aluminum framing.
It sounds like they've really thought of everything.
They have.
This MHS system is so different from what most people picture when they think of construction.
Right.
Do they actually have a special way of putting these buildings together?
They do.
Okay.
They've developed a patented quick connect system for their aluminum extrusions.
Wow.
It's designed for speed efficiency and precision,
Okay.
which really streamlines the whole building process.
So it's like a high-tech version of those construction toys we played with as kids?
You could say that.
Yeah.
But of course, this is on a much larger and more sophisticated scale.
Right.
They start with Series 61 T6 aluminum extrusions, which are incredibly strong. And those are either anodized or powder-coated for protection.
Okay.
Then they have this really detailed process where everything has to be approved by engineers and meet building codes before it can even be used.
So they're not just throwing these pieces together haphazardly.
No.
It sounds very controlled and engineered.
Very much so.
What about the actual installation on site?
Oh.
How do they put up the frame?
Well, first, the foundation has to be meticulously prepared and leveled.
Okay.
Then they use galvanized bolts to secure the frame to the foundation, which ensures a strong and weather-resistant connection.
Okay.
From there, they use their interlocking bolting system to connect the posts and beams.
Okay.
And all of this is done with specific torque settings
Wow.
to create an incredibly strong and stable frame.
And I'm assuming they're meeting all of the necessary seismic requirements,
Absolutely.
especially for areas that are prone to earthquakes.
The article specifically mentioned that their system meets the highest seismic categories A through F,
Wow.
and it also complies with the Los Angeles Building Code,
Right.
which is known for being incredibly strict.
Yeah.
So if you live in an earthquake-prone area, you're getting that added peace of mind.
It's amazing how much thought and engineering has gone into this system.
It is.
But I'm curious about the person behind it all who came up with this idea
Right.
of using aluminum for building in such a revolutionary way.
That would be Tim Siahatgar,
Okay.
an architectural engineer and designer who seems to be a bit of a visionary in the world of sustainable construction.
So he saw a problem and he really did something about it.
He did. He actually solved a century-old challenge of connecting hollow aluminum extrusions.
Wow.
It's his interlocking clamping system that makes this entire building system possible.
So he didn't just see a problem, he found a solution
Right.
that could change the entire construction industry.
Exactly.
What else can you tell us about him?
Well, he's been recognized for his work with an A Design Award,
Okay.
and he developed the first aluminum framing system approved by LAR,
Wow.
which is the Los Angeles Research Report program. And get this, he's even put his system through intense testing at the FEMA 461 level
Wow.
for seismic resilience.
That's incredible.
Seems like he's really committed to both safety and performance.
And I imagine his work is having a real impact on the way we think about sustainable building.
It is. He's helping to reduce deforestation by providing a viable alternative to wood framing.
Yeah.
He's also a big proponent of prefabricated eco-friendly homes and ADUs,
Okay.
which are built off-site and assembled quickly, minimizing waste and disruption.
Wow.
And of course, his focus on disaster resilience is incredibly important
Yeah.
as we face increasing climate challenges and extreme weather events.
It's inspiring to see someone taking such a comprehensive and forward-thinking approach to building.
It is.
And it sounds like he has even bigger plans for the future.
He does. The article mentions global expansion for these prefab modular homes, further seismic testing at a specialized lab in Los Angeles,
Wow.
and a commitment to developing even more cost-effective disaster-resistant housing solutions.
It seems like he's just getting started.
Yeah.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
And I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I think it's important to take a step back
Okay.
and really appreciate the potential of this technology.
Right.
You know, we started off a little skeptical about aluminum framing, but the more we learn, the more impressed we become. It's
Right.
not just about the material itself. It's about how MHS is using it to create stronger, more sustainable, and more resilient homes.
You're absolutely right. And what's even more exciting is that this could be just the beginning.
Right.
What other innovations are out there just waiting to be discovered and implemented in the construction industry?
That's a great question, and we're going to delve into that a bit more
Okay.
as we continue our deep dive.
Right.
In the next part, we'll get a little more technical
Okay.
and explore the science behind the strength of these aluminum alloys.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of aluminum framing.
All right.
We've talked about the big picture, but now let's kind of like zoom in on one of the most interesting aspects,
Okay.
the science behind the strength of these aluminum alloys.
Okay, so we've established that this isn't your average aluminum foil.